Hello, ladies. Long time no see. I've had so much going on in the last, what has it been? Today is the 23rd. So the last 21 days, it's ridiculous. 3 weeks, and it's been a lot. So as you guys know, well, actually, I'm car vlogging today, which is something new, because I'm on my way to work. I'm still at the same job. If you knew I was going to take another job, but I'm with the same job. They just gave me a better job, kind of a promotion, and it's in another area. So now instead of driving like 15 minutes away from home, I'm driving about 25 to 30, depending on the traffic pattern. So I said, well, why don't I just go ahead and do a quick car vlog with you ladies? So I had all the footage, the video footage of my doctor's appointments, and my phone completely shut down. We don't know what it is. I've taken it to the shop to have it fixed. We've done everything we can to, get the data back. It won't even turn on. It's ridiculous. So I'm back to my old phone because I refuse to pay for a new phone right now, especially with this embryo adoption situation going on. So enough about all that. Okay, so as you know, I had the doctor's appointment on the 2nd for my tubes. Yes, my tubes are wonderful. I don't have to worry about it getting removed, so there's no surgery. So I thought we were all systems go. So while I was in that appointment, my doctor was just like, well, let's get all your blood work done and make sure everything's on the up and up and make sure you're ready to go. Because my plan was to do my, start my medications at the end of this month, do my trial cycle in February, and do my transfer in March. That was what my goal was. However, things never seem to go as you planned them, and so here we are. Okay, so here's the situation. When she did the blood work, I got a call back the next day stating, Indigo, did you know you were diabetic? I have never been diabetic in my life. I had no clue what she was talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, I was put on metformin for years. And so maybe that metformin that I was taking was covering up the fact that I was truly diabetic. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. As you know, I was in the military for 17 years. The whole time in the military, my weight fluctuated between 145 and 160. It was the 15-pound back and forth. So with that being said, my weight was never really high for my height. And, I thought I looked fine. When I got out, you get into that little slump that you're out and, oh my goodness, and you start putting on weight. Okay, so my max weight went up to 240 pounds. So at 240 pounds, of course, that's completely unhealthy. I exercised back down to 215, which apparently still wasn't great. Now, remember a couple blogs a couple months ago, I was like how I was at 215 and oh my goodness, I'm heavy. Okay, so as of last Thursday, I went to a doctor's appointment, and on last Thursday, I was 208. So the weight is coming down, thankfully. So I had the tube appointment on the 2nd. On the 7th, I had a mammogram. So that went well. My mammogram came back well. No breast cancer detected. So that's what, we're all a check there. However, then on I can't even remember the date now, I had the doctor's appointment with the endocrinologist. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but that's a diabetic, basically, doctor. He does, he's the doctor of all those types of things. And yes, I am diabetic. So they put me on a medication called Ozempic. It's a once-a-week medication. I decided to go with the once a week because I'm not good at taking pills. I hate taking pills. Pills are like the worst thing ever. They get stuck in my throat. I don't understand why I have such a hard time taking pills, but I didn't want to take them. However, I already knew that I was high blood pressure. So now I'm on 5 pills a day plus the Ozempic, which is once a week. So I'm also finger pricking myself right now because we're trying to get my diabetes under control because I didn't know I had it. So from what the doctor was saying, I probably had it a good year and did not know. So I'm so grateful that I was planning on doing this embryo adoption situation, because if I wasn't going to do this embryo adoption situation, I probably never would have known I was diabetic and it could have killed me. So I'm grateful for finally finding this embryo adoption to do, because I probably, and granted, I go to the doctors every year, but most of the time, because of insurance reasons and things like that, I've always just stuck to the normal blood test. I've never like, oh, I'm not going to check my A1C because that's an added extra cost. I'm not going to check this. I'm not going to check that. Because, you know, we were in the process of saving money and doing things that we had to do, you know, to make this embryo adoption or IVF, because when we originally came down here to North Carolina, our plan was IVF. So with that being said, we were trying to save up for that. So I was being very cost conscious, which might have, you know, been a faux pas on my fault, because it could have possibly killed me, which is crazy because my numbers were so high. Literally, when they did my finger prick at the doctor's office last week, I was like at a 513, which is ridiculously high. And so I've gotten it down. Like I said, I'm finger pricking every day. And as of this Friday, I'm going to start journaling it, because I'm giving myself 30 days to get it where it's great, where, you know, because we want it to level out. So as of right now, my readings are actually getting better. So that's a good thing. I'm in the 2s right now. I got to get it to the 1s. So, you know, I've, you know, cut out, of course, all sodas, juices. The only sugars I do are natural sugars. I'm not really doing pastas, things like that. Anything that's a carbohydrate, which was already not good when you were polycystic ovarian. When you have PCOS, carbohydrates already are your enemy. So that was already something I should not have been doing. But so far, so good. From the looks of everything, once I get the diabetes under control and we have a nice, steady reading for 30 days, then I'm going to do my mock. Well, actually, that's not true. I can do my mock transfer now, just to make sure that the medications are working, that the lining is working, and everything like that is good. However, we're not going to do the actual transfer until I'm 30 days of consistently good readings, so that we know that I is well controlled, that the medication that they have given me is, you know, working. And the funny part is they put me back on metformin. I had a doctor 2 years ago who took me off the metformin. At the time, he's like, oh, you're 44. You don't need to be on the metformin anymore. It's just pointless. And that's ironic that I was taken off of it about 2 years ago. And then they're saying I probably had the diabetes for a year. So I probably should, well, from what the doctor said, the doctor who took me off the metformin should have tested my blood levels after he took me off of it. Unfortunately, that wasn't done, but I'm so glad and grateful that we did catch this now. So, plans moving forward. So my plans moving forward are definitely get this diabetes in control. I can have a healthy pregnancy. I've already discussed it with my doctor. I've already discussed it with Dr. Russell's office. You know, we're all steams ahead. It's just all a matter of me doing what I have to do to get it under control. So far, my weight is going down, which is a plus, which was always my goal. As y'all knew, my goal always was to get my weight down before I had the baby anyway. So I don't really feel like this is a setback, because I'm still looking at probably having the embryo put in by April. So we're still going to just let this go day by day, see how my finger pricks are doing. Just all around, just an amazing thing. But the ironic part is, I don't know if I told you that my company was going with a, one second, I'm on this highway and I gotta set my cruise control because I'm talking, okay. That my company was going with a new insurance company, which was an amazing thing, because it's covering basically the procedure for me, which is amazing. However, now they've got the pre-spending account, which I just signed up for. So any medications that I have to pay for, now that's going to be covered, because I'm getting the pre-spending account, which covers things that, you know, your insurance normally does not cover. So I can get all my medications off of that. So now I'm feeling like, whew, that's another burden, not even really burden, but just something else off my chest that was going to be a financial situation, which lets me stop stressing as much. Well, because, you know, stress is like your enemy, and it can make your blood pressure go up, and, you know, and I want this to be as successful as possible transfer. I mean, that's really where we're at with it. You know, at the end of the day, all our goals are to be mothers, and, you know, no matter how we get there, whatever our journey is, embryo adoption, IVF, IUI, regular traditional adoption, you know, we are all on the same journey to get where we want to be. So I'm just grateful that, after all the testing and everything, I'm still healthy enough to do this. There was no red flags put up that, I couldn't do it. It was just get the diabetes under control, which mine is a weight factor diabetes. So that is a plus. The more weight I lose, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go away. But because I'll probably only get down to around the 190, 185 range before I do the embryo adoption. Once I get pregnant, I'm probably going to get back up to like the 205. So we're figuring the diabetes is probably going to pop back up during my pregnancy. But once my pregnancy is over and I continue to lose the weight, I will, 9 times out of 10, the diabetes will go away. So that was just such a blessing. He was like, once we get it under control and, you get your weight down, the diabetes probably will go away. So I'm so excited about that. And that just makes me feel like I'm blessed upon blessed upon blessed, because this whole situation, we weren't even looking at this a year ago. A year ago, we were moving here to North Carolina with the assumption that we were doing IVF. That's where our journey was taking us. However, I had heard of embryo adoption before, but we just didn't feel like that was going to be an option for us. I was actually going to do reciprocal IVF, where I was going to take my wife's egg and put it in me, well, fertilize it, of course, through traditional IVF and put it back in me. But then when we looked at all the costs associated with that, we're like, why produce more eggs? Why do all that again when there's so many embryos out there ready to be adopted? So with that being said, I just felt like the best thing for my wife and I to do was to go ahead and just do the embryo adoption. As you guys know, we have picked out our embryos. They are ready. My babies are waiting for us. It's just a matter of mommy getting herself together right now, which I'm trying so hard to do. It was it's a complete culture shock. Can't roll up the McDonald's no more. No more McDonald's French fries. You just really can't do any of that anymore. And believe me, it's all worth it. I mean, all of this at the end of the day, not having all the fun foods, that's fine. That is completely worth it for at the end of this journey to have a baby. I mean, that at the end of the day, whatever I have to do to make, this journey complete this circle is what I'm going to do. So as hard as it may seem, or, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I got to prick my finger again. And I will tell you about the Ozempic. The Ozempic is known to make you lose weight too. So like probably the 7 pounds I've lost has probably been because of the Ozempic and the metformin. Every time I'm on metformin, I lose weight. And now they have me on 4 metformin a day. So I'm taking my high blood pressure pill in the morning, plus 2 500 milligram metformin, so that's 1,000 in the morning, and then at night I'm taking 2 more, which is 1,000 at night. So your appetite is like completely crushed. It's crazy how your appetite just completely, it just disintegrates on this, which is a good thing. But I fight myself a lot on making sure I'm getting enough calories in now, I would say. And with the Ozempic being Ozempic, I don't know how you pronounce it, being a once a week shot, which I thought was gonna hurt. Ladies, I didn't even know the needle had went in my thigh. I did it in my thigh. I didn't even know the needle had went in there. I was so surprised. I thought it was going to be kind of painful or something like that. I think the finger pricks every day hurt more than that Ozempic hurt going into my thigh. So that should just let you know the needle's very thin. It didn't hurt. It didn't make me feel bad. I've read some of the reviews on the Ozempic and some of the side effects. Thank God I have not at this point had any of those. So I'm very, very grateful about that. Right now, like I said, I'm just taking everything day by day. But my goal is to have my transfer in April. That is what we're shooting for. Oh, me getting sidetracked. Okay, like I was telling you about the FHA. That does not, I can't start using it till March 1st. So it was like somewhere around there, because I was going to do my transfer in March. Somewhere around there, or should I say my trial transfer, in February. So those medications I would have had to pay for had I did it then. But because now we're looking like everything's going to be pushed back to March and April, doing my trial run in March and doing my actual transfer in April, it was like God's way of telling me, slow down, because there's something else, coming your way. And I'm so grateful that I did slow down, because I feel like, honestly, everything that was supposed to do and fall into place did. I'm getting my health under control, which, I didn't even know there was a health issue to get under control, but I'm getting my health under control. So at the end of the day, I feel like everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen for us to have, the best result possible. I'm so sorry about the glare on my glasses now. That was nothing. Remember at the beginning of the year when I did my last vlog and I'm like, I'm going natural, I'm wearing my glasses now and all that? Well, actually, that's because the diabetes had reached my eyes, and I was wondering why everything else was feeling uncomfortable, like contacts and this, that, and the third, and why I was having to wear my glasses. Well, that was one of the reasons. So I'm so grateful that, I had the doctor's appointment and I found out what was going on, and we were able to rectify it, because now I can be a healthier, happier mother for my child. And on top of that, I'll be smaller, so I'll be more energetic, because as we all know, I am 46. So, I feel like I'll be more energetic for my child. So anyway, I'm almost to work, and it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. It's been great having somebody to talk to on this long journey to work. So I just really, 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 really want to say, baby dust to everybody. We're all on this journey together, and I hope you guys have an amazing, what is today? Thursday. Have an amazing Thursday. Bye, ladies.